You see, there is a quiet misunderstanding that slips into the minds of almost everyone. This idea, this subtle whisper, that you must become something, arrive somewhere, achieve some grand destiny, before you are allowed to feel whole. And so, we set off like travelers chasing a horizon, thinking that one more step, one more achievement, one more transformation will finally complete the puzzle of who we are. But pause here, just for a moment, and breathe, because the truth is, this destination we keep chasing is an illusion, a mirage made of expectations and old stories and inherited beliefs. We spend so much time running that we forget to notice something astonishing. What if there is nowhere to run? What if there is nothing missing? What if, in this very breath, you already contain everything you seek? Not as a potential someday, not as a reward for later, but as a quiet reality, already humming beneath your ribs. The whole game changes. When you stop acting from lack and begin acting from fullness. You see, acting as if is not pretending. It is a return to sanity. It is a shift in the inner posture of your being. You are no longer begging life for scraps. You walk through life as though you are the one writing its pages, because in a very strange and beautiful way, you are, when you speak, walk, create, as though your desires are already yours. Something curious begins to happen. The world bends. Not because you forced it, but because you stopped resisting it. Reality is not a machine. It is music, fluid, alive, unfolding, moment by moment. And like music, it makes sense only when you listen, not when you chase the end of the song. So when you align with the rhythm, when you live as though you are already whole, already worthy, already loved, you become the dance instead of the dancer. This is not pretense, it is remembrance. The world has taught you to wait. Wait to feel worthy. Wait to feel powerful. Wait until your circumstances prove you deserve joy. But that waiting never ends. The finish line moves, the conditions multiply, and happiness becomes something you postpone again, and again, and again. But listen, beneath all that noise, there is a stillness, a presence, a being that has never been broken, never been lacking, never been anything but whole. That is the real you, not the striving one, not the improving one, the one beneath all of it. And when you touch that place, when you taste that silence, the whole chase begins to look absurd, like a wave trying desperately to become water. It rises, it falls, it breaks, trying so hard to be what it already is. You are that wave, already water, already whole. You don't stop growing when you know this, but the reason you grow changes. Your actions no longer come from emptiness. They rise from inspiration, from joy, from the delight of expressing what already lives within you. Life becomes a dance instead of a battle. You trust the moment, not as blind faith, but as deep recognition. You stop postponing peace. You stop bargaining with your own worth, and in that release, a quiet joy rises. A joy that doesn't shout, doesn't demand, doesn't ask for applause. It simply is. Most people fear that if they stop chasing, they will stop moving. But no, when you know you are whole, your actions become more powerful than ever before, because they are no longer tangled with fear. You don't move to become. You move because you are. Every breath becomes sacred. Every moment becomes enough. Even the ordinary things, sunlight on your face, the sound of laughter, the softness of your own heartbeat, become miracles. because you are finally present enough to see them. This is the essence of acting as if you already have everything. It's not about pretending to be rich. It's not about faking confidence. It's not about painting a smile over a wounded heart. It's about remembering that your worth did not begin with your achievements and will not end with your failures. It is the quiet knowing that you are already enough to stand in your own life without apology. And from that knowing, life responds, not because you demand it, but because you stop resisting your own light. When you act as if you are not manipulating reality, you are surrendering to it. You are aligning with the truth that has always been there. You were never incomplete. You were simply unaware. The moment you act as if it is already yours, something subtle awakens inside you. Not outside, not in the world, but in the space behind your ribs. In the silence most people never notice. Your energy shifts, your posture softens, your breath becomes deeper. You start moving not from desperation, but from certainty. And as that shift grows within you, life begins to mirror it back, not instantly, not dramatically, but unmistakably. We are taught that the world must change first, that life must prove itself before we are allowed to feel safe, or peaceful, or powerful. But the truth moves in the opposite direction. The external is not the cause. It is the echo, the reflection of your inner stance. To wait for the outside to shift before you shift inside is to wait forever. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. You can say, "I am enough." But if you move through the world hesitant, doubting, quietly seeking permission, then the world responds to the doubt, not the words. But when you walk as someone who already knows, who already is, the world bends differently. Not because you force it, but because you finally stopped arguing against yourself. This is not arrogance. This is alignment, a falling back into your natural state. You stop shrinking to fit old stories. You stop negotiating with old fears. You rise, not loudly, but steadily, like dawn. People around you may not understand it. They may not have the language to describe what changed, but they will feel it. Life will feel it. Opportunities will feel it. Doors that once resisted begin to soften. Conversations open new pathways. Ideas that once hovered far away begin to land gently in your awareness. And through it all, something even more important happens. You discover that the real gift was never the outcome. It was the becoming, the embodiment, the remembering. You realize that what you were chasing was not the thing itself, but the feeling you believed the thing would give you. And that feeling was available all along. Acting as if is not a performance. It is not pretending to be rich or loved or successful. It is choosing to live from the version of yourself that already exists in the timeless now. You don't need proof to be that version. You only need permission from yourself, because the one who waits for evidence remains behind, but the one who knows moves mountains without touching them. And that one, quiet, grounded, whole, is already within you, waiting for you to remember.